It has been a long, long time, ladies and gentlemen, but it is back. The Roundtable Network News. I am the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood. That is the birthday boy himself, Double J, Josh James. Happy birthday, brother. I was going to wait until later, but you know what? I was going to post on Facebook about it tonight, but I was going to embarrass you, in front of everyone else. But you know what? We might as well get it in right now. It is Josh James' birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The big 3-5, man.
Oh my God, brother. 35. Oh man. Look, when you get into high 40s, then talk to me. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now the Roundtable Network News episode 1 with me and Double J. Man.
It's so long since we did the news show.
That's because there's been so much stuff going on in the news, man. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. The news never stops.
No.
And it looks like it ain't going to stop this day. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. WWE 2K24. Let's talk about WWE 2K24.
There is a new DLC that just came out, and it's all about the good old WCW. Well, you and I are WCW guys, so that's one thing that made me so happy to see. But the one that I'm looking forward to seeing the most as a DLC character is none other than the Great Muta.
Yes,
I'm so happy to see Muta in a WWE game or a wrestling game in general, because I don't think he's ever been in a. Correct me if I'm wrong. Has he ever been in a wrestling game that was in America and not Japan?
Firestar Pro.
Okay, thank you. Because I don't remember him ever being in a WCW game.
Bro, Great Muta is a legend, an icon. For me personally, like me personally, this guy right here, Great Muta has been a legend. Someone I've looked up to my entire career. The fact that I got to meet Muta. I spent some time with him on a wrestling show in Los Angeles, or not in Los Angeles, but a wrestling show in Sacramento, California, the legendary San Francisco, California, the legendary Cow Palace. Bro, I'm telling you, it was amazing. The guy is such a superstar. He's such a stud. Very, very, very interesting gentleman. So for him to be in a WWE game, I'm hella excited, man.
I'm a great Muta mark. I'm a huge fan of Muta, and when I saw that they were putting him in the game, I just got really excited. Also, Cheeky Baby, he's back in the WWE game too, so that makes me happy. The original Hot Tool guy.
Hot Tool, Hulk Hogan, spit on that thing. My God.
So,
yeah, man. So tell us about who the other people that are involved in the game.
Well, let me get to you right now. The other guys who are in this DLC, the new DLC, it is Muta, also Mr. Perfect, Lex Luger, and the Iron Sheik, and also a Full Brawl. Full Brawl, was it? What's that?
Fall Brawl, the war game?
Brawl.
Yep.
Yeah, Fall Brawl Arena.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes, so I'm happy that they're doing stuff like that. It seems like WWE's been going a lot of nostalgia lately.
Well, I mean, Triple H is one of those guys that just loves like nostalgia. Like the guys, he's like me. He grew up in an era where like Ric Flair and Arn Anderson and Sting, rugged Ronnie Garvin, guys like Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, the Nick Bockwinkel's, like we watched the movie the other night.
Yeah, Ronnie Garvin, that's a name that doesn't get talked about a lot, and I think he should.
Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin, former NWA World Champion, one of the men who defeated Ric Flair. Like, talk about that, just like like the Freebirds, the Von Erichs. He grew up in that era, so like you see that when he grew up in that era, he saw like these are the kind of people that I want to grow up to be like. And Triple H, like his whole wrestling career mimics that era of wrestling.
Yeah, he's old school. He's an old school guy. And we just saw that recently with NXT at the ECW arena.
Mm-hmm.
And, I posted this on Facebook, and I saw this on Twitter. Someone pointed this out. For next year's anniversary is the anniversary of Monday Nitro.
Oh, wow.
And they were at the Mall of America.
Yes, so Lex Luger showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Someone said that for next year for NXT, they need to do a Mall of America show.
They need to do NXT Nitro.
Yes, at the Mall of America to at the anniversary of Nitro.
I mean, WWE owns all of these. They own all of these intellectual properties. Like, the big show at the end of the year for NXT should be Starrcade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they already do Starrcade Great American Bash. They brought the War Games back at Starrcade first.
Yeah.
So I'm there.
Speaking of Mall of America, 2K, if you're watching this, you're probably not, but if you guys are, please put a Monday Nitro Mall of America arena in the game, please.
I know a couple people. I know the guy who's in charge. I know the guy who's in charge of motion capture. He's a he's a current professional wrestler, but he works a lot with WWE. So maybe I'll just I'll send him a text and be like, "Hey, now,
please, that would make
try this out, my friend."
That would be a great birthday / Christmas present for next year. Please, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
Because I'm a big WCW guy. I grew up with WCW. Just seeing this DLC. Also, you're going to see like DDP in the game too. He's back. Seeing Lex Luger, Muda again. Like I said, like you and I said, Muda. We're big, huge fans.
Yeah, the NWO in there, Hall and Nash as well.
Yeah. Yes, and they're even putting in my faction, but they're like wrestling attires as the Wolfpack wrestling attire.
Wow, red and black Wolfpack, huh?
Yeah, they're putting Hogan, Savage, Luger, National, that kind of stuff.
Wait, are they doing Wolfpack Sting?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, so they're putting Wolfpack in the game, so that makes me happy. So it's not just going to be the black and white like they has been for quite a while. The Wolfpack is finally getting some love, so that makes me happy.
Well, Wolfpack is back causing mass destruction.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
one of the coolest theme songs, I have to say.
Now, yeah, don't turn your back on the Wolfpack.
I don't care what Julian says. He says that song sucks. I don't care what he says.
I wind up in a body bag. WWE, man, they're doing the most. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider, he has confirmed that the following WWE tapings will cover multiple episodes of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So Friday, December 13th, my favorite day of the year, Friday the 13th. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
SmackDown will be in Hartford, Connecticut at the XL Center. They'll tape for episodes for the Friday the 13th and Friday the 20th, December 20th episodes. Also, Monday Night Raw for you Bostonians out there, and I'm talking about you, Pat, throwback. For those Bostonians out there, Monday, December 16th, Monday Night Raw live from Boston, Massachusetts at the TD Bank Garden. And tapings, they'll also tape the Monday the 16th and the Monday the 23rd episode. So WWE is getting a lot of stuff going on, man. And with the WWE, there's a lot of stuff going on with this WWE ID. Mm-hmm. A lot of the indie promotions around the country are having so many indie talents sign up with the WWE's ID program. When they first came out with the WWE ID program, they mentioned like Knox Pro Wrestling. They mentioned Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. They also, man. They mentioned the Black and Bruised Academy that is currently owned by Seth Rollins as WWE ID like proving ground, so to speak. So for me, it's kind of like back when I was wrestling for Ultimate Pro Wrestling in California. Yeah. They were like developmental for WWE. It was Ultimate Pro Wrestling. Then you were from Ultimate Pro Wrestling to Ohio Valley Wrestling, and then you went to the WWE. Like that was the progression. So I'm assuming that's what WWE ID is all about. But wrestling history has continued to be made, man. North Carolina, this Thursday night, there will be a new member added to the ID program. Firestar Wrestling has a huge show that day, and it looks like the WWE ID is going to be ID program is going to be announcing yet another person. Right, the WWE brand. It's been a lot going on, man. Also, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Mike is one of those guys that he lays the smack down on that candy ass, my man. Mike is one of those guys that when he says something, there are two people in the wrestling world I trust with wrestling news. There's Sean Ross Sapp and there's Mike Johnson. Those guys, 100% always on. I don't trust other people. I'm not going to shame them on the show. but whatever. Mike Johnson also said, all eyes on Chaotic Wrestling this Friday. Someone has been ID'd. Be there to find out. Chaotic Wrestling, another place that has brought many a name talent. As a matter of fact, you know who came from Mike Johnson? You know who came from WWE ID? I mean, from Chaotic Wrestling. That's a huge superstar in the WWE right now.
Who's that?
One Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a product of Chaotic Wrestling.
Okay.
So I feel and I think that the person, now this is just me, no one else, ladies and gentlemen, this is just me. I think that the person that might be signed, the WWE ID program would be none other than Richard Holiday.
Yeah,
I can see Richard Holiday as a WWE ID guy. He's an amazing talent. The guy's been around a long time. The guy's been killing it on the indie scene for a long, long time. So shout out to Richard Holiday, man.
Also, when I clicked on who his match opponent is from far away, from the picture, the guy wearing the face paint and the mask, I'm not going to lie, I thought that was our friend Zach.
Oh, you mean Motar?
Yeah, I thought Motar was Zach for a minute. If you look very closely, it was like, oh, it's our friend Zach.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that it is Richard Holiday. Me personally, I hope so.
I do too, actually.
Richard Holiday is an amazing talent. So yeah, WWE better like snatch that guy up real quick. AEW had their opportunity, they didn't get him. Their loss.
Exactly. He'd be perfect for the roster. He's an amazing talent, and I really do hope WWE picks this guy up. I really do.
So, what else you got for us, my friend?
Well, let's see. What else is going on in the wrestling world? Well, you pretty much talked about the upcoming events and all. And also, it's about John Cena going to be going into the 2025 Royal Rumble. I got that.
Oh, it's confirmed. John Cena in the WWE Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I as much as I hate to say this, I do think that we have Cena winning the Rumble and challenging for the World Championship at WrestleMania.
I know that's going to happen. I have that feeling that will happen. And, and also, would you want that?
Me personally, I don't know, man. I'm really against like putting the championship on someone that's only going to be around for like a show or two. You know, you're hoppitating the world championship. When we had a conversation the other night on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast show, where we were talking about how the world championship and Gunther has not done anything really to increase the world championship. You know what I mean? Like to make it worth it. So I mean, you never know. Yeah. But I want to tell you something real quick before we get off the topic of the WWE ID. Also, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Mike Johnson, PW Insider, has also said that all eyes are on Memphis for Memphis Wrestling. Memphis Wrestling, part of the United Wrestling affiliates or the United Wrestling Network. I've actually been on a couple of those shows up there in Memphis. C-Rex is on there. Nice. This Saturday, November 17th in Memphis, Memphis Wrestling presents Milestone 200, celebrating their 200th episode live this Sunday. And all eyes are on Memphis because someone has been ID'd, and they will be ID'd Sunday live in Memphis, Tennessee at Memphis Wrestling. So you can go to www.memphiswrestling.tv to find that out. This is courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Man, a lot of stuff is going down with the WWE. I need to follow them on Twitter, man.
Yeah. Also, what I also found today is that NXT's audience are up, demo down by Dave. I can't pronounce his last name, but anyways, NXT brought in 631,000 overnight viewers from last night's show. I mean, not last night, 2 nights ago. My bad. NXT is killing it right now.
Dude, I gotta say, NXT, dude, the NXT, the New York thing, at the Philadelphia thing, Madison Square. I mean, at the
ECW Arena.
ECW Arena, bro. That show off the chain, off the chain. Shout out to Lola Vice and Jada Parker.
Mhm.
Chef's kiss match. Jesus Christ.
I agree.
The fact that she gave her the spot where she does the big butt bump through the ladder. That ladder split. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ. Craziness. Craziness. But yo, one of the best matches I've seen in a long time in a women's division. Not lying.
I agree.
Also, yeah,
I'm going to say this again. Dawn Marie still looks good. I'm not going to lie.
Dawn Marie, the nostalgia, once again, the nostalgia, bringing back former talents like Dawn Marie, letting Bubba Ray Dudley get it in, letting little Guido from the FBI, like, dude, so much good. Rob Van Dam, of course, Rob Van Dam's going to show up. It's ECW Arena. Francine, like, come on, man. Francine still is good too. Like, what?
Oh, yeah. To be honest, out of all of them, the one that still surprised me the most is Dawn Marie.
Yeah,
she
still looks the same.
Oh yeah, that's a name that I thought I would never hear saying, like, Dawn Marie's back in wrestling. Dawn
Marie, Lance Storm, and Just Incredible, the Impact players.
It's just it was fun. It was a fun night for that day.
And NXT is that nostalgia company, like they do things to make it fun.
Yeah.
And I love it. 100%. I love it. As an old guy in this industry, I love it.
Yeah. It's just that in wrestling, it's been a while, I believe, since we all could say this, but wrestling has been fun lately, especially to watch.
Yes.
Like AEW right now with its gang warfare, that's been fun to watch.
You know me, I love gang warfare.
And the Bloodline storyline, even though it kind of goes on too long, but out of nowhere, it comes back and it's fun again. The Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk rivalry was so fun. Like, just how things are now these days, it's just like, it's fun to watch.
Speaking of fun to watch, I'm going to tell you, Paul Jordan of PW Insider had he posted a little review earlier today about the matches set for next week's NXT.
Oh.
We have Dion Lennox and Brentley Reese taking on Carmen Petrovich and Ashante the Adonis in a mixed tag team match.
Ooh, okay.
Ashante the Adonis, formerly of Hit Row, now doing his thing in NXT. We had a couple more qualifying matches for the men's and women's Iron Survivors Challenge that's happening at NXT Deadline. But a match that has really taken my interest is Ridge Holland taking on Andre Chase, the winner to face Trick Williams for the NXT Championship at Deadline. Well, also, if Andre Chase loses, Chase U has to disband. Now, Chase U is like one of the biggest factions in all of WWE. They've had some really good and bad times. Andre Chase, a lot of people don't remember. He's part of the Super Smash Bros on the Indies.
I remember.
Talented guy. I don't see Chase University breaking up, but I kind of don't see him beating Ridge Holland either.
I don't think it will be a clean victory. I think it might be a disqualification. I think Ridge might even get himself disqualified on purpose. Like, trying to send a message to Trick Williams and saying, this is what I'm going to do to you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We had some great stuff happen on Dynamite. I mean, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Montel Vontavious Porter, known as MVP, the Hurt Syndicate, now in AEW. What things are shining for them. But yeah, so the NXT thing, we got Trick Williams, Lola Vice, Wesley, and NXT champion Roxanne Perez. They're going to appear on a show called Trivial Pursuit. That was a show when I was young. It's bringing it back on the CW Live this Thursday at 9 p.m. So, nice. I mean, it's tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Can you just, so many things are happening. NXT is becoming, in my opinion, maybe not a main roster show, but a lot of great things have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to close out the show, I want to talk about a couple other things that have happened. So usually I like to end the show, excuse me, with something positive, like the day in wrestling, you know. But I want to talk about something that Mike Johnson from PW Insider quoted. Slam Wrestling in Canada reported this last night that Sandy Parker, the first black women's wrestler to hold a world championship, was discovered to have passed away back in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't remember her, but in 1973, Parker won the All Japan Women's World Championship against Masako Hoshina, making history. She was a Canadian talent. She was trained under Lou Kine, Mildred Burke, and the Fabulous Moolah. So, I mean, you know, that's one person that I want to talk about, spotlighting black women and black women wrestlers. But a lot of people didn't realize, and we talked about this before we went on the air, Wednesday was the what was it, 19 years, 18 years?
19 years.
19 years of the passing of Eddie Guerrero. This man has shaped a lot of wrestlers' careers. You know what I mean? Like he's been the guy that like a lot of wrestlers have patterned themselves after. I do a lot of my stuff patterned after Eddie Guerrero. I mean, I was trained by Mondo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, Bill Anderson, and the New Japan Dojo. So I had ties to the Guerrero family. So that you know that lucha libre was instilled in me, and watching Eddie being a complete legend. You know, you just, man, a lot of things happen. When ECW held their first November to Remember at ECW Arena.
Mm-hmm.
We had Kevin Sullivan defeated Tommy Cairo in a shoot match. Johnny Hotbody and Tony Stetson defeated the Bad Breed, Axel and Ian Rotten. We had Sabu pinned Terry Funk, who was already the ECW champion, to win the ECW Television Championship. So a lot of things happened, like I said, on this day. WCW World in Japan, when New Japan and WCW had a big show. Masamahiro Chono and Hiroshi, never say his name, Saito defeated Johnny B. Bad and Bobby Eaton. Ricky Choshu and Masa Saito defeated the Nasty Boys. The Big Show and Arn Anderson defeated Hashimoto and Yoshida. Ric Flair defeated Nishimura. Hiroshi Tenza defeated Kasuawa. Kijimoto, better known to the world as the Great Muta, defeated Stephen Sir William Regal. Kensuke Sasaki defeated Sting to win the WCW United States Championship on that show. Man, so a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened on that day. Eddie Guerrero was 38 years old when he was found dead in a hotel room in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where he was scheduled to wrestle Randy Orton and Batista in a three-way match tonight that aired on SmackDown.
Way too young.
Way too young.
I remember hearing about when Eddie passed away. I still remember what I was doing. And just when I heard Eddie passed, I thought it was, Eddie with lying and cheating and stealing and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was a lie. I thought it was a joke. But at the same time, when I was like, the WWE would not do that. But if you think about it, they probably would back then with Vince around. But still, when Eddie passed, that killed me. Because I was a huge, huge Eddie Guerrero fan. And just when he passed, I was in 8th grade when he passed away.
Damn.
Yeah, and just knowing it's been 19 years, and now we see pretty much everyone doing his style of work in the ring, and he made a big impact in the wrestling business.
Legends never die, man. Mm-hmm. So November 13, 2005, around 7 a.m., former WWE champion Eddie Guerrero was found dead in his hotel room in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where he was scheduled to wrestle Randy Orton and Batista the night in the main event in a three-way match that aired on SmackDown. The WWE held a press conference that afternoon of Guerrero's death, and Vince McMahon and Chavo Guerrero took questions from the media. Vince opened up by saying that Chavo was with Eddie last night when they traveled to Minneapolis together. He opened up and he had questions. Now when we said Chavo, we're talking about Chavo Jr.
Yeah.
Chavo said that it was still pending right now, the cause of Eddie's death, but we already know the cause of his death. It was really bad, man. It was a horrible situation. Eddie Guerrero meant a lot to everyone in the industry. Not only from the wrestling side, but like in a personal way. Eddie Guerrero was a very loved man. The world lost a great man that day. John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, went on MSNBC to talk about Eddie Guerrero's passing. Live on MSNBC. That surpassed his professional wrestling.
Yeah.
John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, was a guy that was on a show that was talked about finances and things like that. So just a lot, World Championship Wrestling, ECW, AAA, WWE, a lot of things. He did a lot of things, and the world was a better place for having Eddie Guerrero here. So with that being said, I would like to say thank you to the Guerrero family, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo, Mondo, Hector, Vicky, Shaul Guerrero, all of them. Just know that Eddie lived a life that most people in the world wish they did, and he lived a life of a legend. So rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. May your soul find peace. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here on the Roundtable Network News, returning to episode 1. You can see us here every week. Double J and I will bring you the news without any BS. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, guys.